No more changing stations, you came to the right place. Turn off your televisions, they'll just get in the way. It's time to get to the point on 107.3. Max is on the air with locals only.
Central Kentucky's rock station, 107.3 The Point, locals only, Sunday night. TJ Elmore, tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got to start playing guitar, man.
All right, well, like you said, my name is TJ Elmore, and I've been playing guitar and writing music for about 12 years. Started when I was 17, and I do mostly original, like 90% of what my material is original, and it's just taken me a long time, and I've stored up a lot of a good original material, and I want to get it out there to the public.
Now, how did you actually first decide that's what you wanted to do, like play and sing?
Well, originally when I learned to play guitar, I wanted to get good enough to play at parties and entertain people, and then suddenly I started writing songs, and some of them were pretty decent, and so I just pursued it. I took a lot of time, and I thought about how to write songs, and I tried a lot of experimental songs and just practiced and listened to a lot of my favorite bands and how their songs sounded. Mm-hmm. And it taught me, by listening, I learned how to write a song.
So who are your big influences?
Well, the Grateful Dead, Jerry Garcia, and Jimi Hendrix, and Bob Dylan, and Led Zeppelin, Bob Marley, everything, a lot of that 70s era, 60s era. Okay. And I don't listen to a lot of new music, but I know there's good music out there. It just I haven't heard it yet. Okay.
Tell us a little bit about the song here, I Ain't God, and how you wrote that.
All right, that song is it's about that feeling, when you're kind of at the end of your rope and you feel like, you really ain't got nobody. And the way it makes you feel with, you don't want to show emotion, you don't want to show any type of, what's the word, flaws or, ways of getting taken advantage of, and
I Ain't God.
Yeah.
Let's check it out. I Ain't God. It's TJ Elmore, locals only, Central Kentucky's rock station, 107.3 The Point.
I prefer cats. They clean up after themselves, and they like to kill the rats. I don't got no wife, 'cause I don't move that fast. The only thing I got in my heart is a shotgun blast.
Locals only, Central Kentucky's rock station, 107.3 The Point. TJ Elmore, I Ain't Got. Of course, Sunday night we feature local artists here in Central Kentucky, and you can hit me up anytime on our website, 1073thepoint.com. And locals only on there featured, and you can check out TJ. He'll be on there this week. I'd love to have you on the program, so shoot me an email there, 1073thepoint.com. TJ, tell us a little bit about how they can reach you if they want to. Check out some more of your music.
All right. Well, I have a website where you can listen to my music and download a lot of it for free. It's reverbnation.com/TJ Elmore with no spaces. And that's my Reverb Nation site. And you can hit me on Facebook. My name is Timothy Elmore. And then it'll say TJ in parentheses. If you want to get in touch with me or have any questions about any of the songs.
Or if they just want to maybe get you for a show. You played a show Phoenix Hill recently up there, and how did that go?
It was good. You know, a lot of my friends showed up, and they said it was they said they had a blast. You know.
And you said you played in the tap room. So how did you like the acoustics in that room?
Oh, it's beautiful, man. There's like there's just a slight echo to the vocals, and it just really adds a real nice environment.
It's nice and wood. It's got all that wood in that room, and it's just I think it's really nice to be real intimate with somebody and watching them there at Phoenix Hill, one of the few spots in there that is like that. So
yeah.
So tell us a little bit about Lindsay Jane. This sounds like a story about a girl, and maybe you didn't get the girl, or maybe you're upset about the girl.
Yeah, she I don't really know what happened, man, but she just disappeared into the ocean, man, of people at this music festival, and I was just love at first sight. I was love struck by this girl, and she blew my mind. And she was supposed to come back and find me, and we never hooked up. And at the time, I was like, it's funny. It's one of the most recent songs I've written, but it's about something that happened like 12 years ago, or 10 years ago, and it's weird how experiences can pop up and a song comes out of it, but I never looked at it positively until now. But it's something I'm sure that other dudes can relate to. There you go.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Men and women just don't communicate. I get into that conversation about every other day. Lindsay J, let's check it out. It's TJ Elmore. It is locals only, Central Kentucky's rock station, 107.3 The Point.
Watching Keller Williams play in a girl stood next to me, and her name was Lindsay Jane. Lindsay Jane. She had a star tattoo. Lindsay Jane. We danced beneath the moon. I sang her an old Bob Dylan song. She said she liked the way I sang. Had her hair tied up in braids, and her name was Lindsay Jane. Lindsay Jane. Designed her own tattoos, Lindsay Jane. It ended far too soon. She walked me back to my tent beneath the octopus balloon. Said I'd see her again the very next afternoon. Lindsay Jane. She never came. Lindsay Jane. She must have lost her way. Went back to the place where we met, where she made my heart content. Now my heart is filled with pain, 'cause I can't find my Lindsay Jane. Lindsay Jane. I can't forget your name, Lindsay Jane. May not know this, but she took a part of me back to St. Louis.
Lindsay Jane, it is TJ Elmore, locals only, Central Kentucky's rock station 107.3 The Point. You got any shows coming up that they can check you out at?
I don't have any schedules right now, but I'm looking for, any shows I can get, whether it's local or, I can travel. But I'm just really looking to get my music out there and share it with people.
So you're right here in Hardin County, if they can check you out there?
Yep.
Okay, so local venues in Hardin County. Check out TJ Elmore. Where can they can check out your music on Reverb Nation?
Yep, reverbnation.com/TJ Elmore with no spaces. And you can friend me or message me on there, or you can find me on Facebook. My real name is Timothy. So it's Timothy Elmore, and then it'll have TJ in parentheses. As if you want to hit me up on Facebook sometime. I got it on my phone. I'm pretty modern.
Pretty modern. Hey, a question for you. Growing up, obviously, you said 17, you started singing and playing guitar. Is there someone in your family that played music that you go?
It's funny you ask, man, because I grew up. My parents had a gospel band.
Okay.
And they traveled around and played at different churches and stuff. And my mother, who she's originally from Louisville, and she's just this angel of a woman, and she taught me how to sing and how to sing harmonies and stuff when I was like 6 years old. I was singing in the church, you know, and I was like a you know, just an every other Sunday act, and then I got like, you know, my teenage years, and I started getting embarrassed, and you know, I thought it didn't look cool, you know, so I quit doing it, and then, you know, I kind of went my own way, you know, from the church and from, you know, from
singing in the church,
whatever,
right?
yeah, singing in the church, and I started listening to a lot of different kinds of music, you know, but the stuff that really stuck was the folk and the blues and the jazz and the reggae. I mean, I have a lot of musical influences, and I think my style is kind of unnamed at this point because it's a mixture of so many different types of music.
Well, you and I were talking about some traditional country too, Johnny Cash and some artists like that.
Oh yeah, I'm a huge Johnny Cash fan. I love Hank Williams Sr., the original Hank. You know, he was the original bad boy of country music. You got to give some respect to that guy.
Well, and you look at those artists, the old country artists, and you know, those guys just went in. They had a tape machine in the studio, and they just had to go in there and play their songs. They were songwriters. They wrote their own songs, and then they went in the studio and they just played them. There wasn't a whole lot of fluff or anything to it, and it got on the wax and went out the door.
Yeah, they were self-promoted because they were that good.
Well, I heard a little bit about your influences in this next tune we're about ready to play, Black River. Tell me a little bit about how the song came up. Is this a personal experience?
No, it's actually it's a fictional song that I wrote from a story that a lady told me about her brother, and he was a biker.
Okay.
And he died, you know, I think he OD'd or something, but it just, from thinking about it, you know, from a songwriter's point of view, I took it and I made it a fictional story that told a story that wasn't true, but was, you know, is pretty compelling and sounds believable. And to me it has a gospel sound. To me it's like one of my gospel songs with the chorus and stuff. And then, you know, just telling the story, you know, and trying to have it, you know, a beginning and an end, and fill in the middle with all kinds of goodies for people to listen to.
Well, let's check it out. It's Black River. TJ Elmore, thank you for coming in. Locals only. Central Kentucky's rock station, 107.3 The Point.
as a man can. When I heard what happened, I ran to his bedside. He said, I rode my last ride. I lived a badass life. You could hear him coming from 30 miles away. It was the middle of June. There was only a standing room, and I sang a